I am Coach Bree Nichols, and I'm a former resident of the Ruth House Young Parent Living Program. So I had already turned 18 by the time I moved into the Ruth House, which was on the older end because at the time that I was there, the Ruth House made accommodations for young mothers between the ages of 13 to 20. At that time, I was enrolled in college and had been trying to commute back and forth to and from Quincy to Brockton to make an education, get that education, and be able to create the conditions for what I thought would be a better life at that time. I was told several times that, not to shoot too high because I wanted to have realistic goals, or I should have realistic goals. But I always knew that being a realist would keep me where I was. At one point in time, I didn't want anybody to know. It was too embarrassing. I was ashamed of the circumstances because ultimately life is about choices. And I was ashamed of some of the choices that I had made. But I was taught through that accountability and that relationship that I had built with my case manager, Virginia Dunkley, that, you're gonna make mistakes along the way. A baby doesn't instantly get up and just say, hey, I'm gonna walk today. They have to first learn how to gain their balance. Then from gaining their balance, they sit up. Once they sit up, they then begin to crawl a little bit. Once they crawl, they then gain a little bit more stability and start to stand. And then they walk, and then they run. So creating a process that outlines that for people who have, had this jumbled up idea of maybe they're just supposed to be walking now because they're a parent, not realizing that they hadn't even gotten past learning how to crawl within their own lives, nevertheless having to walk for themselves and someone else. So having support around that is relatable, that looks like them, walks like them, talks like them is crucial. So the current system allows for a young mother to be placed in a young parent living program up until the age of 22. And to have a system that is set up to say, well, you've maybe not gotten to that place of stability, but you reach the age limit at this point. I say, and it's hard to admit it when you're in the position that you're a baby with a baby. So the OpRe grant is something that is a research-based grant to be able to tap into the current systems that are in place and to provide research and data to determine how those systems could be made to be better for the people that are benefiting from them. So I have recently been asked into the project as the lived experience consultant, which is absolutely an honor because having someone who's actually gone through it and who's on the other side of this to be able to consult and be able to say, hold on, wait a minute. I know that this is what you guys think is gonna work, but here's what really happens. It adds a perspective that I believe is often left out in social services. So I'm very excited to be able to reconnect. It's like a full circle moment for me to be able to go back into the Ruth House and be able to facilitate change, as well as creating a pathway for other young parents to be able to do the same thing. Creating a clear pathway for them to know that, if I participate in this human-centered design that is being created because of the need that I have, it will then, make change for someone else who goes through this situation at a later time. So I think now the Ruth House in particular, Ascentria Care Alliance, and any organization that's taken a human-centered approach is moving in the right direction to being able to have services that really will be for the people that they're, benefiting from it and will have their voices incorporated in that. I am now today the founder of Resilient Roses Respite, a youth volunteer organization. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I am a partner in Account Fit Consulting, and I am the sole owner of Coach Bree Nichols, a Rose from Concrete clothing brand. I say this to say that at one point in time, I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. But today I understand all so true that my current situation is never going to be my final destination. And that through community collaboration, support, together we can conquer adversity. And I thank you all for listening to my story today. I thank you so much for attending this event, as it is going to be monumental in changing the trajectory of our future and the future of those who come from us. Thank you so much. And I'm going to conclude this message with saying, love, peace, and open your checkbooks, please.